Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pick up here at step 24, procedure 24. I'm going to draw a circle on my sketch as shown below, and then I'm going to put it on a vertical line through the intersection of lines 3 and 4. That's this intersection right here. And then I'm going to have it a horizontal line through the midpoint of line 2. So I'm going to come over here and hit circle. I'm going to come over and I'm actually going to hover over this point, and as I go down, it will allow me to it'll give me a little witness line. I'm going to click there, and then I'm going to go ahead and constrain it. So I'm going to constrain it. I'm going to hit horizontal vertical, and then I'm going to touch this point and this point, and that basically puts that so that it's always below that point. I'm going to come over here and hit OK, and you'll see what I mean by that. As it moves this, let's see, can I move? Yeah, I can, so it always stays below that. So that is constrained. Now I'm going to add a construction line. So I'll hit line, I'll come over here and I'll highlight construction line, and I'm going to go up and down this until I find the midpoint. Right there it is. So right there is the midpoint of that. I'm going to add a construction line off of that. And I will constrain that to be tangent. Click that and that. And now that is always going to be tangent to that. A little misshapen here, but that's okay. It's not fully constrained. So I'm going to hit cancel. Kind of make it look a little closer to that there. So I put that circle on there. Now I'm going to mirror that circle across. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to use the mirror function. I'm going to hit mirror. I'll select that circle and this mirror line right here and hit OK, and you can see what that does. So that's automatically going to be below that because of its bilateral symmetry. That's always going to be there. So what constraint was automatically applied between two circles when you mirrored the circle? That's just that it's, well, the same constraints are on this one, essentially are on this one because of the symmetry of that. Now I'm going to look at fully constraining a sketch. So I can still do some funky things to this. It points out there's a lot of symmetry and a lot of constraints on there, but it's not fully constrained. It won't be fully constrained until I add dimensional constraints. So I'm going to come up here, and if I look here closely, this is 20, this is 15, and this is 15. This is overall is 40, 45. So the vertical distance, the rise for that diagonal one is 15. This entire one is 100, and the diameter of that is going to be 5. So I'm going to go ahead and hit put in some things here. Oops, certainly I don't want to do that. I'm going to dimension. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to click here to get off of that. All right, hit dimension, pull that line up, and oops, I'm in inches. So before I do that, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to delete this. And hit OK. I'm going to come up here to my document settings and change to millimeters. Hit OK. I'll move this back, and now it'll be relatively easy. All right. So I'll come up here. I'll hit 20. Let's see. This is going to be 15. This is going to be 15. The total distance from this one to this one is going to be 45. This one is going to be 100. And lastly, this circle is going to be 5. And that is how you do it. So that is now dimensionally constrained. Now, when I try to pull on something, I can't move anything. It's fully locked in because of the dimensional constraints. It asked me, is it fully constrained? Yes, because no matter where I push or pull, I cannot move it. That's my evidence. Design intent. That's going to be a large thing. So it wants me to know, what if I change this from 100 to 125? I would certainly watch this video. You should click on that. None of the vertical elements will change. Really, just the bottom base will change if I change this, I believe. Yes, that's correct. So I was correct. What happens if you change the overall vertical from 45 to 60 to 80? So what they're talking about, this was this one right here. Let's change that to 80. The midpoint will get longer. This is locked at 15. This is locked at 15, so that we know then this has to be 50 vertically on the diagonal. Let's see. This assumes if I wanted this to, if I pull on it, just the top grows. So I can do that. I need to get rid of this constraint here. Delete that. I need to get rid of this constraint here, delete this. Now what I want to happen is I want this to be dimensioned from this to this. I want that to be always 30. And then I'll dimension this to this. I'll go back to my 45 to set back to original. That's the way it looked, but now if I manipulate this to 80, just the top would grow. So by telling it what it has to be, those are constraints that I'm putting on there. Going on there, let's see, I'm going to change the overall to 100 and extrude it. A total of 5 millimeters. So I come over here and I'll extrude that 5, and boom, this is what I would snapshot to put in to my last document, and then we don't have to do 36. So yeah, good luck. Please email me any questions or grab me in class. For those who are in quarantine, let me know if you need anything. Thank you, and good luck.